Hello, welcome. My name is Abdi Wahab Goulet, but for simplicity purposes, I go with Abdi. In this video, I would like to talk to you about my long-term goal after I graduate from this degree program, the competence that I have achieved over the course of this program, and the competence that I'm still working on to achieve my long-term goal. I will also talk to you about my plan for the acquisition of these competence that I'm still working on. And finally, I'm going to share with you my dissertation topic and what I would like to accomplish over the course of this study. But first of all, let me give you an introduction about myself. I graduated from a business school with a bachelor in business administration, and I have a master's in instructional technology from Sam Houston State University. And I'm currently a doctoral student in instructional systems design and technology at Sam Houston State University. Professionally, I have been in the training and development industry for over 12 years. I worked for different companies in different capacities. I have developed a variety of courses over the course of my career. I developed e-learning courses, blended courses, and traditional instructor-led courses. Currently, I work for a company called Saudi Aramco as a training and development specialist. Saudi Aramco is one of the largest oil and gas companies in the world with over 68,000 employees. So as a training and development specialist, my primary goal is to conduct a performance analysis for the employees, identify performance gaps, design and develop training programs that can respond to the needs of those employees and potentially can improve their productivity. Prior to coming to Saudi Aramco, I worked for a company called Management Concepts. Management Concept is one of the leading training organizations in Washington, D.C. area. I worked with them as a senior instructional designer. And my primary role was to lead group of instructional designers to design and develop professional development training programs for our client. Mainly our client was federal agencies. And over the course of my career with Management Concepts, I have developed professional development training programs, whether they are e-learning courses, instructor-led courses, blended courses for different federal agencies. The agencies that I worked with include Department of Labor and the Library of Congress. So with that being said, what is my long-term goal after I graduate from this program? Well, my long-term goal is to become a scholar practitioner in the educational technology field. Being a scholar practitioner has two different parameters: the scholarship and practice. So what is a scholarship? What does it mean to be a scholar? Does a scholarship consider the application of knowledge to solve real-life problems? Those are some of the questions that were lingering in my mind as I was going through this program. And after a thorough research, I came to realize that the definition of the term scholarship has evolved over the years. Researchers such as Classic 2000 explain is that the definition of the term scholarship traditionally has two main components: teaching scholarship and research scholarship. But in 1999, when Ernest Boyer published his landmark book named as Scholarship Reconsidered: Priorities of the Professoriate, Boyer challenged in that book the idea of publish or perish, which dominated the landscape or the academic landscape for generations. And his argument created a paradigm shift in our understanding of scholarship in academia. So Boyer expanded the definition of scholarship by creating a model that has 5 different categories of scholarship. The first one is the scholarship of teaching, which bridges between understanding and learning by transmitting transforming and extending knowledge. And the second one is the scholarship of integration, which focuses on making connections across disciplines. And the third one is the scholarship of discovery, which focuses on the advancement of knowledge through investigations to find breakthroughs. And the fourth one is the scholarship of application, which focuses on the application of the outcomes from the discoveries and integration and moving that knowledge toward its engagement. And the last one is the scholarship of engagement, which focuses on making connections between the rich resources of the academic institutions and the pressing issues of the society that are present in our communities today. And this is what I will focus on as a scholar practitioner. So in short, the term scholarship refers to the application of systematic approaches to acquire new knowledge through intellectual inquiry. And then the knowledge and discoveries is then disseminated through publications, presentations, and professional practices to solve societal problems and improve quality of lives. So now, what is a practitioner? A practitioner is someone who is actively engaged in a profession to change systems, improve processes, to help people and organizations. So now we know what it means to be a scholar. We also know what it means to be a practitioner. Now the question is, what is a scholar practitioner? A scholar practitioner is someone who uses the knowledge and discoveries that comes out from the scholarship to inform his or her actions in the real world. Is someone who connects the rich resources and knowledge in the academic institutions to solve the pressing issues in the society. So as a scholar practitioner, I would like to use the knowledge of scholarship to create systems and processes that could improve the performance of individuals and organizations. So to achieve my long-term goal of becoming a scholar practitioner, it is necessary that I strengthen my scholarship skills and professional practices by setting up specific scholarship and professional goals. So my scholarship goals are to conduct original research that can contribute to the advancement of knowledge in the educational technology field. And my research area will be human performance technology, because I have a passion to understand how technology can improve learning performance, increase productivity, and enhance competencies. Currently, I'm working on a study by looking at how virtual reality can improve the learning performance of individuals with autism spectrum disorder. So my other scholarship goal is to share my knowledge and research discoveries with the world. And I will do so through presentations in academic and professional conferences. This will give me the opportunity to meet with different people, share my knowledge, share the knowledge that the research that I'm currently working on, learn what the research that others are working on, and expand my professional network. So for my professional goals that would help me achieve my long-term goals of being a scholar practitioner can be categorized into two separate categories: learning design goals and services goals. For the learning design, I would like to bridge the gap between academia and professional practices in the training and development industry. I would like to use the knowledge and discoveries from the scholarship, such as adult learning theories, instructional design processes, instructional technologies to design and develop innovative learning solutions that can improve the performance and increase the productivity of individuals and organizations. For my service goals, I would like to join and be an active member of the learning design communities. I would like to join organizations such as Association for Educational Communications and Technology, International Society of the Learning Sciences, and International Society for Performance Improvement. These organizations are actively involved in designing and developing innovative learning solutions in the training and development industry. And I would like to be part of these communities. So over the course of this program, I have developed some competencies that will help me achieve my long-term goal of being a scholar practitioner. These competencies can be categorized into scholarship competencies, learning design competencies, and service competencies. For my scholarship competencies, I have written a variety of manuscripts over the course of this program. I've also written different research proposals. I've written grant proposals. I've conducted literature review to understand the appropriate methods of inquiry in developing professional development training programs. I've synthesized the literature review to identify the literature gap and to conduct a scholarly study that can contribute to the advancement of knowledge in the educational technology field. All the evidences of those competencies I have mentioned are in my Dossier website. So to view these competencies, I will refer you to visit my website, my Dossier website, and you can see all the evidences and the proofs of the manuscripts that I have written, the proposals that I have written, and the literature reviews that I have conducted over the course of this program. As for the learning design, I have acquired a variety of competencies over the course of this program and over the course of my career. These competencies will help me achieve my long-term goal of being a scholar practitioner. Some of the learning design competence that I have acquired over the years include that I have designed and developed state-of-the-art professional development training programs for different target audiences. I have developed e-learning courses that are highly interactive, blended courses, and traditional instructor-led courses. I have worked with subject matter experts to transform technical information into instructionally sound training programs. I've employed adult learning theories and instructional design processes to create those programs. I've evaluated those courses, and the results have shown that they have improved the performances of the target audiences. As for the services goals that I have achieved over the course of this program, I have created an academy called Manfor Academy. Manfor Academy is an academy that is dedicated to train the next generation of web developers. It is an academy that is free, and we teach several subjects in this academy. The subjects that I teach in this academy include HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And we solely created this academy to teach the disadvantaged youth who wants to learn some technical language, such as web programming languages. This is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So some of the scholarship competence that I'm still working on include conducting an original research that can contribute to the knowledge of, to the advancement of knowledge in the educational technology. I'm currently working with my dissertation chair, Dr. Song, to conduct an original study. We are looking at how virtual reality can improve the imitation skills of children with autism spectrum disorders. My other goal in the scholarship skills is to present the international conferences. But in the next 6 months, by June 2020, my plan is to present at least 2 international conferences. So for the service competence that I'm still working on, I would like to join some of the academic journals as a reviewer. And in this role, I would like to deepen my understanding of the rigorous standards of the scientific journals. And I would like to also sharpen my peer review skills. So now let me talk to you about my dissertation topic. My dissertation topic is called Teaching Imitation Skills to Children with Autism Using Virtual Reality. The purpose of this research is to explore to the extent that virtual reality can improve the imitation skills of children under the autism spectrum disorder. Autism spectrum disorder is a neurodevelopmental disorder that affects the communication and social skills of individuals. It also causes restrictive and repetitive behaviors. Some of the children with severe autism spectrum disorder may also have some limited use of physical mobility. They may have challenges in using their hands to point at things, nodding their heads, or some other physical disabilities. In this research, what we are trying to figure out is how the communication and the imitation skills of these students can be improved by virtual reality. The major problem that these children have is communication impairment, and imitation is a critical communication skill. That's why we're focusing on the imitation, because with the good imitation skills, children can have a two-way conversation with their peers, with their parents, and their caregivers. Lack of good imitation skills can impede the child's ability to improve his or her communication skills. The purpose for this research is to focus on how virtual reality can improve the imitation skills of those children under the autism spectrum disorder. So the research questions include: how do autistic students interact with virtual reality? Does virtual reality improve the attention of the autistic students during the lesson? Do autistic students interact with the words and actions of do the autistic students imitate the actions and the words of the character in the lesson? Does virtual reality increase the imitation times of the autistic students? So this will be an experimental study, and it will be conducted in partnership with a company called Florio, a company that uses virtual reality to improve the learning abilities of individuals with autism, and a school called Celebrate the Children, a school that teaches students with autism spectrum disorder from age 3 to 21. A total of 60 students will be selected, and the students will be divided into 2 groups: experimental group and control group. The data collected from both groups will be analyzed, compared, and interpreted. So now the question is, if the research shows that virtual reality improves the imitation times of the children under the autism spectrum disorder, And that improvement is caused by the novelty or the wow effect of the virtual reality. Do I think that my research is meaningful? To answer this question I think it is yes, that my research will be meaningful because the wow effect improves the learner's performance if it is properly managed when it's enacted. According to Chemistrap in 2016, the proper enactment of the wow effect engages the learners to the learning activities. And when the learner is engaged, learning occurs. So yes, if the learning performance is caused by the novelty of the wow effect of the virtual reality, I'll say my research is still meaningful. And the reason is because wow effect is like a magnifying glass. It creates a smile and makes people feel better. And virtual reality is a technology tool that can create that wow effect, which engages students into the learning activity and hopefully encourages those students with autism spectrum disorder to imitate the actions and the words of the child avatar in the virtual reality lesson. So this is the end of my presentation, and thank you so much for your attention. Bye-bye.